Mr. Martin Xuereb, tell us in full description what is Migrant Offshore Aid Station and about your visit in Greece.
The Migrant Offshore Aid Station is a foundation which was set up by Christopher and Regina Catrambone, who are based in Malta, to mitigate loss of life at sea. We have been operational in the central Mediterranean for 2 years. We operated in the summer of 2014 and the summer of 2015, and in total we have assisted 12,000 people. We have now decided to shift our focus in the Aegean, and I am here in Greece having had meetings at the highest level with the Greek authorities to coordinate our operations in Greece in the next few days.
Your charity, your team, dedicated crews, and the rescue specified equipments. What is this? All of this of your charity? We describe us how can work about this project.
We pride ourselves in doing search and rescue in the most professional way. So we have a dedicated boat, we have dinghies, we have ribs. In the central Mediterranean we were using drones to help us search people in distress, and above all we have a dedicated professional search and rescue crew that has been doing search and rescue for many years. In addition, we have an onboard post-rescue capability. When those we assist are brought on board, we have doctors, nurses, paramedics who will then assist. What is important is all this is done in coordination with the state entities. In the central Mediterranean, it was the Rescue Coordination Center in Rome, run by the Coast Guard. Here in the Aegean, it will be the Joint Rescue Coordination Center in Piraeus, again run by the Coast Guard.
And how you cover the rescues and operating costs?
Well, we depend on funding. We depend on citizens who donate money for us to allow these operations. We do not benefit from state funding. We do not get any EU funds. Our funds come from the citizens who feel that they should not be bystanders, citizens who feel that the responsibility to save lives goes beyond the state. However, we achieve this in full cooperation and in coordination and in support of the state entities that are there to save lives at sea.
Shipping companies, Greek and others, are interesting to financing your job, your work.
Well,
and which are the most important?
Well, the most important is not where the money comes from. The most important thing is that we have the funds to save lives. So we do not make a distinction where the money comes from. What we do is uphold an age-old tradition that shipping companies and mariners have been doing for centuries. The idea, the concept of people do not deserve to die out at sea is an old shipping tradition. We are also assisting or alleviating the pressures, the disproportionate pressures which we feel have been put on the shipping community. So obviously till now we have saved 12,000 people in the central Mediterranean. A percentage of those people would have had to be saved by commercial ships. So obviously we take at least some of the pressure of the shipping companies. It doesn't mean that they can abrogate themselves from the role and the responsibility to save lives, and I am positive they don't want to do that. But essentially, while our boats are equipped to do search and rescue, and it is our mission to do search and rescue, the role and the mission of merchant ships is to carry things from point A to point B.
Let's talk about your charity missions in Italy, your missions experience, facts, an important matter, a special story, maybe.
Well, yes, up till now we've operated in the central Mediterranean, working very, very close with the Italian authorities. The special stories are human stories. You spend time on the boat, and you come across the face of the person that have no option but to do the crossing. To date, over the past 10, 12, 13 years, 30,000 people have lost their lives at sea. But when you spend time at sea, it is no longer a statistic. These are individuals, humans with stories, humans with aspirations, and humans with hopes. So yes, the particular story is the human story, but not one human story, but a multitude of human stories of people that, as I said, have no option but to leave their homeland. It's a difficult decision that people take, and people take it because they have no choice.
Your organization's organization relation with the Italian government, which is, and maybe with the Coast Guard, the Italian Coast Guards.
Yes, we have an excellent working relationship with the Italian Coast Guard. Most of the rescues that we have conducted were actually tasks given to us by the Italian authorities, by the Italian Coast Guard. They have the moral and, more importantly, the legal obligation, rather than the moral, to coordinate rescues at sea, and we are there to support them. We hope to replicate the success that we have had in the central Mediterranean with the Italian Coast Guard, now here in the Aegean. My meetings yesterday with the Greek authorities have been very positive. Of course, we understand and respect the fact that we are operating in Greek territorial waters. Of course, we understand and respect certain imperatives that need to be followed. However, I'm very happy to say that my discussions yesterday with the Greek authorities.
This is my next question. Go.
Yes, yesterday I had discussions at all levels, at a ministerial level, at a political level, at a civil servant level, and with the headquarters, with the people at the headquarters at the Coast Guard HQ in Piraeus. I also had discussions then at an operational level. There has been the green light given for us to coordinate and to cooperate and to work together. What we need to ensure now, from our perspective, but also from the perspective of the authorities, is determine in this short period that we have ahead of us, determine the best way how to cooperate and coordinate together.
What do you think? To work with them in close cooperation with the Coast Guard? About your meetings, which person do you met?
Well, I have met briefly the Minister of Mercantile,
Mr. Dritzas.
Yes. I have also met briefly the General Secretary within the Ministry, and then I have met Rear Admiral Karagalopoulos, for example, from the Greece Coast Guard, but also officers who coordinate rescues in the actual Joint Rescue Coordination Center in Piraeus. But rather than who I have met, what's important is who these people represent. They represent the Greek state, and they represent the arm within Greece who coordinates these rescue. What we need to ensure, what Moas will ensure, because this is the way we operate, is that we operate within parameters set by them and in full respect of the responsibilities they carry.
What do you expect from the Greek government? Have you any answers or proposals about your missions, about your project?
We are not here to tell the Greek government what to do. We are not in a position to do that, and that is not our mission. In terms of expectations, they are very little. They are based on the realization that if we want to do a good job, then we need to cooperate and to coordinate with the authorities. So what we are telling the Greek government is that we are here to act in support, to deal with an issue, to deal with something which has put a lot of strain on Greece. The responsibility to assist the people who are crossing the border into Greece lies not only with the Greek authorities. This is what we say is this is a collective responsibility, because it's a global issue that requires global solutions.
What do you think you expect to front more difficulties in Aegean Sea than the Italian mare?
Now the thing is, we don't focus we don't see the glass half empty, we see the glass half full. That is why I said I am very happy after yesterday's meeting on how we will cooperate and coordinate. What is important is that we have a frame of mind that it is positive. Then we will have to deal with challenges as they come up. However, what I know is that in every challenge there is an opportunity. So we want to, and we always seek to see that opportunity in every challenge.
And the last one from my questions, which are your future plans?
Well, Moas is now global. In the immediate future we will be in the Aegean, but we also plan an operation. We're also planning an operation in Southeast Asia in the beginning of next year, and then we also plan, if there is a need, but we think that there will be a need, to operate again next year, beginning of next year, or in the first quarter of next year, in the Central Mediterranean.
And describe us with one only word your hopes, your aspects.
Well, our hope is that there is no need for Moas, because if there is no need for Moas, then the situation would have been resolved.
Thank you very much, Mr. Martin.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.